What was it like in that locker room after the game last night in Oakland?
I think there was just a general sense of relief in that organization, and specifically when it came to Derek Carr. He just told me, look, I'm so glad it's over. And he said, I don't want to make it sound like I'm crushing Antonio Brown as a person, but, it was a lot. And he came out pregame looking more fiery than I'd ever seen him, just, kind of like staring through people, went out in the field and then played like it from the start. This is the Derek Carr we saw in 2016, well protected, had a running game to go to, throwing with authority, making quick decisions, and, doing big things in Oakland.
So Carr is a sigh of relief there a little bit. What did happen, Michael, that caused Antonio Brown to celebrate getting released there? Because you look at this team, and as Carr said after the game, it would have been incredible to have him as the one receiver. Tyrell Williams looked like a one receiver. He could have been number 2, like the Juju Smith-Schuster in a way. What happened to have him celebrate that?
Well, I think one problem is that we keep talking about this as though Antonio Brown is rational and is making decisions in his best interest like you or I would try to do, or most people. And I'm concerned. I obviously am not a mental health professional, but I've talked to enough people who've known him and know him and have been around him that, this may be bigger than football. It's either that or he's one of the great con artists of our time. But even then, if this was some grand plan to get out of Oakland and get to New England, I don't get that either. You're going from a place where they let you do a lot of things and let you get away with a lot of things before finally saying enough, to a place where clearly they're not going to do that. And that makes no sense to me either. But I just think this is a guy who has reached a point in the last few months where he's spiraled to the place that if you tell him he has to do something, he's not only defiant, but blurting out his defiance on social media. He's hypersensitive, and he's very, very unpredictable. And I will say this. John Gruden, Mike Mayock, they have to run the organization and coach the other 52. In retrospect, I think both men would say we probably enabled him too much, or we should have drawn a line earlier. This is ridiculous. Derek Carr, I think more than anyone, went out of his way to try to make this work. He, all off-season, threw with Antonio Brown, reached out to him, tried to bond with him. And even as it got bad at the end, I think Derek Carr's nature is to try to make everything work out and have people get along. And I honestly think he was hurt by it. And to his credit, he channeled it into something pretty good, at least in week 1.
For more of The Rich Eisen Show, tune to Audience Channel 239 on DirecTV for free on BR Live or download the Rich Eisen Show app.